What's happening? And welcome back to another episode of the Account for Your Life podcast. This is Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant, helping you to account for your life. Today on the podcast, here's what we are talking about. We are on step number 6 of fixing my business finances. And if you've missed, the last 5 episodes or the episodes 1 through steps 1 through 4, make sure you go back on this channel. You should see those on there, Fixing My Business Finances. And in each description of the title, you will see Fixing My Business Finances, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're on step number 6. We've got one more step to finish this up. And so today we'll jump into 6. Now, before we jump into 6, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to this podcast, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Jay Moore, the Healthy Accountant. And 2, if you get value from what you hear today, make sure you like this post. If you're watching on YouTube, YouTube loves it when people like the post, because when people like it, they say, okay, then they'll show it to others. If you're watching or listening to this on iTunes or on Spotify, make sure you subscribe to those channels and also subscribe on YouTube, so you can continue to get these messages about how to account for our life. And we are really discussing business. So your life is your business. And because I'm in business, I realize my life is my business, then I want to share as much about my life as possible. And so that's why I'm here. That's my mission, is to share the journey of this Account for Your Life message and this Account for Your Life as a daily practice. And that's why we do this every single day. Every now and then we miss some days. But at any rate, so fixing my business finances, where does it start? We're not going to go back and review. You've got to go back and check that out. I got a special invitation for people who really would like to fix their finances and do something different. I have an invitation for you guys where you can join a community so you can actually do that. But today we're going to start in step number 6. And step number 6 is all about fulfillment. Not fulfillment for you, is fulfillment to your customer, your client, right? If you're going to fix your finances, we got to make sure we can fulfill on the things that we said we're going to fulfill. So step number 5 is all about growing, right? So imagine this. You just got paid the biggest amount of money from one client that you've ever been paid. Maybe it's $3,000 one time. Maybe it's $5,000, maybe even $10,000, whatever that number is. You just got paid this large amount of money, and now you actually have to do it, right? Look, this plagued me for many years. Now, I'm the kind of person, I know how to do just about everything. I know how to, it's all in me now, but that's a flaw. That's a flaw because it's all in me. What happens is I don't document it. And because it's not documented, if I want somebody to know something, then I'm literally having to continue to do the same thing over and over, which really kept my business kind of stagnant for many years because I wouldn't document it. And it's annoying. Let's be honest. Come on now. When you have to sit down to create something, when you have to sit down to do the work, that's what people don't want to. No one wants to just do work all the time, right? But here's the thing: you get paid, and then it's like, okay, how do you deliver? Now, I know how to do all the service stuff. Like, I'm an accountant, I'm a tax person, I'm a strategist, I can do all those things. But can you document it in such a way that not only you know how to do it, that your team and anybody who comes in knows how to do it? I'm going to tell you, look, as I am fixing this in my own personal business. Yep, that's right. The only reason I'm talking about this stuff is because I'm literally in the process. That's why it's called fixing my business finances. Fixing it once and for all. See, because you get to a point in life where you say to yourself, man, I don't want to keep living like this. And so if we don't want to keep living like this, we're just going to fix this stuff. So you create a path. So here's the path that I created for our business to deliver on tax strategy. And I think about it. I says, man, how is this supposed to look? When a person comes in, what's supposed to happen next? And literally you chart the course. Now I'm not going to be able to get really, really, really detailed in this particular thing, just because, it's a lot of details, and that I'll have to save for another type of training. But just to kind of give you the high level view, it's like, where are we starting? Like, what is the actual starting point in where our customer, our client is coming in, right? Because we want to fix our finances once and for all. Where are they coming in? And then, so they're starting at a point where they probably don't know something. And then we want to then say, well, what is it that they ultimately desire, or what is it that we said we're going to deliver? And then you have these two opposing forces, if you will. That, the section when they come in, they don't know. And then the thing when they come in and they get it and they got it. So we got our starting and ending point. So you start your delivery process with a starting and an ending point. But here's the thing, what happens is, then what happens in between? We can't do the in between until we know where we're going to start and where we're going to end, right? Where we're going to start, where we're going to end. Then it's a methodical. And so I'll just kind of high level walk you through how we now fulfill on our strategy services, right? I used to have to, let me just show them these plans. Look, what I realized is that let's just get to work, because when we can actually do the thing and get it done, then it's done. So here's what I did. Once a client comes in, then, and they schedule their meeting, and their meeting gets scheduled before them. Once they say yes, their meeting is scheduled, right? We used to send them an email. Oh, welcome, schedule your meeting. And here's what happened in the process. People were not scheduling their meeting. They were taking too long to schedule their meeting. So it would be a week, 2 weeks. We'd have people who never scheduled their meeting. So I said, no, that's not working. Let's get their meeting scheduled before we hang up the phone, before we get off the Zoom. So we schedule their meeting. Now we don't have to chase them down we can still send them a welcome email, but we're not going to ask them to schedule a meeting. I am not going to allow the client to drive. I'm not going to allow the client to drive the results. I get to drive the results. See, no one wants to do work, guys. I got to be honest. Clients don't want to do work. Clients would much rather sit back and hope and pray that things just happen. So I said, that's not going to happen again. We schedule a meeting. And the meeting is scheduled. Now, prior to the schedule, we know exactly what their problem is. Hopefully, before the meeting, we've already got documents that we need to review, so we know exactly what we're going to be talking about in that first meeting, because we know what we sold them. We said, hey, you're missing this strategy, you're missing this strategy, you're missing this strategy, you're missing this strategy, and all these strategies, we're estimating that you're overpaying by $50,000. Wow. Now, here's the thing. We just don't show them what the strategies are. So when we come to the first meeting, first meeting is scheduled. Initial meeting is all about revealing the strategies, educating about the strategies, and talking about the way forward to implement the strategies. That's the whole meeting. And taking questions and just getting everything basically set up for moving forward. That's what we do. So that first meeting is done. Then, before we get off, we say, hey, we're going to send you out. We're going to send you the notes from this, because we got a note taker there. We're recording the sessions. We're going to send you the notes. You're going to know what to do. You're going to get the video. You'll have all the information of what we spoke about, just in case you want to ensure that you didn't miss anything. So you got all the documentation. We've got all the documentation. And before we get off, we schedule another meeting for the next week. And then they're like, oh, another meeting now. Yes, here's why. We want to make sure everything is getting done. We do not want to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks. This has happened, guys. This has plagued our business, because now we're trying to figure out, where are people? Where are the people? What have we fully accomplished? And I says, we got to have these checking points faster in the beginning so they don't get lost. Get the second meeting scheduled. What's the second meeting? The second meeting is following up on, did everything get done that was supposed to get done in that first meeting? Oh, I literally just put a client in this last week and I'm working through. I just got finished week 2. We got week 3 next week. Oh, this is so amazing. So here's what happened. Now, then the next week, we are continuing, like every week, we're implementing another strategy, making sure we're not missing anything, getting the information back from the client because the client has to participate. It's nothing like waiting for the client to do something because sometimes clients don't move as fast as we want. That's why it's my result. Think about it. When you design your business, you get to say what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. And that's just how it's going to be. We are not going to be waiting. We're not going to be waiting for the client. That's why it's important for you to design this. Where we're starting, where are we ending, what are this, and then what are we actually doing, and then outlining all the steps. Literally, we have a 6-week plan. Our first 6 week is just getting it all done. So that the rest of the year, once we get the 6 weeks done, then the next meeting won't be again until like 3 months. And then the next, because we typically would meet with them quarterly. So now we've got our first 6 weeks. It's documented all the stuff that we were doing, all the stuff that we did. The client knows exactly what's happening. And now we're not wondering whether or not we have fulfilled on the promise. We can see that we're doing it. And if there's any problems, we know what the problem is. It can be us, but more than likely, it's not going to be no problems because here's the thing. We've decided that this is the process. See, when I sat down to do this a couple of weeks ago, it was painful. I'm going to be honest. It was painful because it forces you to really focus in on what you ultimately desire. It doesn't make you focus on the things that you don't want. It makes you focus on if this was ideal, how would this work? Based on everything that I know today about the thing that I'd like to do, how does this work? Now, sometimes you have a new thing. Now, I'm talking about taxes. That's a new thing. But taxes is an old thing. So I've been doing that. But the thing that's new for me, this fixing your business finances, is a brand new thing. And what I want to share with you about that is, I said to myself, if there was a way to do it, how would it work? And every day or every step is a cog in the process of getting the thing done that we said we'd like, which is fixing my business finances once and for all. So here's the interesting part. You ever wondered, do I have the answers about things? Or have you ever wondered, man, how do I solve a problem? Or wondered if you could solve a problem? If you've wondered that, you got to first say to yourself, do I actually know that I have a problem? Yeah. Am I thinking about this problem? Yeah. So I know that there's a problem. And because I know there's a problem, then that means that somewhere on the inside of me, I have the solution. This is where I wound up. I said, man, my finances, even though we do okay. Like if I told you, we're making, multi 6 figures, you're like, oh, well, you're not so upset. We're not doing so bad. But here's the thing. But why wouldn't it be more? Why wouldn't it be multi 7 figures? Or why wouldn't it be multi 8 figures? And in the process, you come up with, what am I doing to block that? What beliefs am I believing that's causing me not to get where I'm going? What are the beliefs that literally, if I could see them, I could stomp them out? Like, where are these? Where can I find the beliefs? Like, how can I literally just zap them away? See, because it's the beliefs. I wrote something down. I don't have my phone with me. I wrote something down, and it was about the beliefs. So your beliefs, man, I wish I had my phone. My phone is over here. Oh. I wrote something down. I really want to quote this. It was really good. And it was something that, yeah, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, a new mind equals a new life. A new mind equals a new life. See, that's based on the scripture of Romans 12:2, you know, to be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you can test and approve God's will for your life. See, as a faith driven entrepreneurs, your finances cannot be broke. Your finances cannot be busted. Your finances cannot keep you in bondage. Your finances has to be literally the bright light that people see because they say, man, how are these faith-driven people, making all this money, having all the success, like literally living the life that they've been called. Like we as faith-driven entrepreneurs should be showing how it works because our life is a representation of God in our life. But sadly, as faith-driven entrepreneurs, many of us have not renewed our minds. Many of us have been holding on to the old mindset. When we get a new mind, we'll get the new life that we've always dreamed. So in fixing your business finances, step number 6, here's the simplicity of it. All right? I'm going to give you the simplicity of it. And this is these are not all the details. You don't have but I'm just saying, I'm going to give you the simplicity of this step. This step is designing how you would deliver whatever it is you are doing. This is the step. If you if you know exactly where someone's going to start, and then you know the outcome that you ultimately would like to give, that's the first step in starting the process. Then, now that you know where they start and where they end, or when the thing is delivered, then you deliver, bite-sized pieces of how that works step by step. And so for our tax strategy business, it's hey, we meet with them for 6 weeks, delivering on the strategies that they paid us to help them implement. And we also, I think it's week 5 and week 6, kind of like a bonus weeks where we're talking about high level things like insurance. We're talking about, estate planning, which we don't do it, but it's gathering data, getting understanding of more of their life. So that then we can pair them up in different areas. Like maybe they need a financial planner. Maybe they need an insurance policy because they don't have any insurance. And just getting them in the right scenario where literally they don't have to worry about their life. If something happens to them, their family would be okay. And so it's our job as money people to make sure that these things are in place. So we've got that built in. Right. And then we've got the meetings where literally we're just maintaining what we're doing with them so that they continue to get the results. And then at the very end, we ensure that, hey, did we deliver? Hey, were you satisfied with what happened? And look, we built that all into a process so that the business owner comes in literally like they paid this particular client. I mean, their I think their tax bill was like $90,000. They paid most of it. They owed $25,000. And when I looked at their taxes, they were overpaying to the tune of upwards of $50,000. That's crazy, right? But it's just like, hey, okay, well, it's opportunity for us. And so we deliver on that promise, right? But you design the promise. You design exactly what you do. So by taking the time to do that, you can literally put yourself in a position where your business finances would be that much closer to being solidified, to being set up in such a way that it can start running on autopilot. See, that's that's one of the steps in fixing your business finance. And I'm going to throw this last one in. outside of the fact that we, this is step 6. When we started the process, step number 1, rejecting the idea of getting rich slow, separating time from money, right? Those are huge, right? And then declaring that you're the best. That's when I realized that I'm the best person to help individuals who are faith-driven entrepreneurs to fix their business finances. I'm the best at doing that. No one can do it like me. No one has the context that I have based on all the information that I've gathered from many sources. I've gathered information from all these books behind me, plus, you can't see all of them, plus, the countless number of books that I have on Audible, plus all the trainings that I've been to, all the YouTube videos that I've listened to and it's thousands of hours of study to come up with a way to then help a faith-driven entrepreneur fix their business finances. So with that said, that's step number 6. Be sure that you, subscribe to this channel and look, don't forget to come back tomorrow for step 7. Step 7 is just going to culminate everything, bring it all together. And I'm going to do something special. And in doing something special, I'm creating a group for people who would like to fix their finances. I believe the group is going to be free for a certain period of time. It's going to be free initially, but it'll wind up costing something, along the way. But I know initially it will be free. So it's going to be all geared around this same information of fixing your business finances, helping people to get to a point where they know exactly, 1, what to do, how to grow, how to fulfill, and ultimately how to sustain the momentum that they have in their business. So guys, I want to thank you for joining me for this episode of the Account for Life podcast. This is Jamie Wood, a healthy accountant, helping you to account for life. God bless, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
This has been the Account for Your Life podcast with your host, the healthy accountant himself, Jay Moore. Until next time, make it a great day.